All right, Shalom, first and foremost, giving all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachach for the spirit to do this lesson. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the men of the Lord, prophesying, preaching, teaching on the highways and byways in sincerity and in truth. Shalom Barakathum. Your brother Yara coming back at you. This could be real quick, and this is going to be more of like I told you so, because we've been telling you about Revelation 13 and the doubt of what the mark of the beast is, or the MOB, I should say. Doubts about, well, if it's something physical, how is he going to get the whole world to do it? Because if you're simple-minded, you'll look at it and say, if he's going to get the whole world to do it, it has to be something abstract. It has to be something non-physical, and that's what a lot of guys that aren't as learned, that don't have the true eyesight, they'll try to insert something that's non-physical, like an embargo, or like Christianity, or like a philosophy, or these different things, when the reality is it going to be something physical that touches you? It's going to be something that you don't have a choice, or you don't have a say in, all right? And those main mechanisms of how they're going to do that is going to be the money, all right? And it's going to be the food, all right? And ultimately, it's going to be a system that you're going to have, you can't escape, okay? Because you're not going to be able to trade without money, and you're not going to be able to get food outside of this system, all right? And that's where the true test, the hour of temptation, if you will, is going to come into play. Let's read quick here. It says, Bank of England consider launching a digital currency. All right, so this digital currency is basically like a crypto, and they're going to be able to track everything you do. It's not going to be like buying something online with electronic USD, which is like the US dollar, which can't really be tracked outside of like account numbers and stuff like that. This digital currency, they're going to be able to track the coin itself. Like cash has like a serial number on it. Well, this digital currency is going to have basically serial numbers on it digitally. So you're not going to be able to hide anything from this devil, man, when he rolls. Okay? And let's read a little bit. It says Britain's Treasury and the Bank of England are weighing the potential creation of a central bank digital currency. Reports Bloomberg. The government and central bank on Monday announced the creation of a task force to coordinate the possibility of BOE issued digital money for the use of households and businesses. Now, we all know it's going to probably end up being the Fed. They're all going to get together and say, let's replace the U.S. dollar. To me, that's the clearest. That's the clearest sign. That's the clearest path for Esau doing this quickly. All right, but you can see these other nations are talking about it. Let's read why they're going to do it. And that main reason, number one, is debt. People have lost faith in the U.S. dollar. Their ability to sanction people is starting to wither away. People are starting to resist it. Russia, Iran, all these people that they've abused it on, they're starting to pull away from it. They're starting to buy gold. They're starting to invest in each other instead of America. They're starting to trade more with each other. All right. This is Habakkuk 2:6. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? And that's what Esau's done. He's printed a bunch of fake money, and he's bought real assets with them, and he's traded them. All right. And all the while, he's trading you. He's giving you something that's devaluing over time, that's proven to lose its value. And he controls how much of it is in circulation, so he controls the value of it. All right, and what it all is how he offsets that is he basically gets it back by laying you everyday working class folks, Americans, so-called Americans. He saddles it up with you as debt. All right, and that debt is paid back through labor. The labor in the workforce, which is paid back via taxes and all these other means. That's who's paying it back off. Meanwhile, he's just running up the tab. You know that's this is the whore drunk. All right, and that's why it says here, "Woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay." And that word thick clay is Ibaya, I believe, and it goes into uh, debt. All right, so he's saddled himself up with debt, but really, him, Esau, as the elites, they don't have any intention of paying the debt back. They want you niggas to pay it back. All right, that's yeah. I bite ya. I bought ya. Yeah. Weight of pledges, heavy debts. Okay, heavy debts. So it stands to reason he has a lot to benefit from creating a new currency, wiping the slate clean, and it's going to give him actually more control than he had before, because he'll be able to actually stop transactions. Like if he doesn't want Iran to be able to buy this or that, he'll literally be able to send them coins that won't transact with particular merchants. All right, when you look into cryptocurrencies and what they can do, that's how far he can go. All right, James 5:1. We go to this all the time. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were of fire. So the gold and silver being cankered is basically your money being devalued. Your money is losing its purchasing power. Your money is lost. It's long-term speculation. In terms of it being a positive speculation, it's withered away. All right, and you've weaponized it. All right, and because you've weaponized it, the whole goddamn world doesn't want to deal with you on that, man. All right. It says, "And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days." So we're in the last days. You look at the U.S. debt clock, man. It's damn near $30 trillion. 30 trillion, and that doesn't include unfunded liabilities, which is over 160 trillion. All right, and then when you look at Medicare and Medicaid, that's also another debt for over another like 50 trillion. So this man is hundreds of trillions of dollars in debt, and he wants you, average everyday working folks, to pay that shit off. And he's still printing money. Most of the money that's been printed in the entirety of U.S. history has basically been printed in the last year. Okay, and how does he plan on paying that off? You. So you see how this thing is unsustainable, and he's buying real assets. So he's heaping together these treasures. All right, he can buy militaries. He can build bunkers, which you're not going to have access to when all hell breaks loose. He can build underwater bunkers. He can build so-called arcs that float out there in the heavens with the satellites, and those are real assets. All right, he's buying these things, and you're getting basically IOUs. You're hoping that the value that it's worth today will be the same value in the future, and it's not, because he keeps printing more money. It says, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth." And that's mainly talking about Jake, but really now that's everybody, man. All you Edomites are suffering the same damn thing we are. See, y'all just didn't care when it was just us. All right. It says, "And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord Sabaoth." And he's not going to hear the cries of you heathen. All right. He's going to hear the cries of the elect. Okay. Even you 2/3 who are Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that refuse to come back to your power, even though you're told, even though you know who the men of the Lord are, you know who you are, you still refuse. All right. He's not going to hear you. It says, "Ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter." All right. So this is Esau. He's fattening himself up. You know what I'm saying? Like it says, "The fats overflow." I believe that's in Joel 3 when they're speaking parabolically about sin. So you fatten yourself up, man. This is that whore. okay, that's going all over the world with that golden cup, drunk off the blood of the saints. You know, it says, "Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doeth not resist you." So that's nobody else on the planet Earth except you, Esau. So this thing is coming. I just wanted to bring that out real quick. We're almost out of here, man. Lord willing, this year, hasten the day of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. So with that, hopefully our brothers were edified. Call Halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Ahashem Rachakodash Wa Abba Shalom.